All right, here's another. It's going to be a toughie. We're going to have a lot of different steps, and we're going to have to use all of our knowledge from every chapter. I'm clearly going to have to add some carbons. It looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to add at least 7 carbons. But what do you think what's going on here? I've got an OH group, or I've got a carboxylic acid group. And remember from before, right now we only can make carboxylic acids by doing ozonolysis of alkynes. And so that does kind of tell us that we're going to need an alkyne there. Now, if there's an alkyne there, then what that means is that I actually am not going to just add 1 carbon to my starting material. I'm going to actually have to add 2 carbons to my starting material, because recall that this one is going to break and I'm going to lose CO2 in order to make the carboxylic acid. So this reaction proceeds with ozonolysis, O3 and water. Okay, but again, I'm not adding just 1 carbon. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I actually had to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 carbons. And then I can lose 1 at the end. Okay, so, well, what's next then at this point? I want to add these 2 carbons to the 6 carbons that I start with. And so in order to do that, I might be doing it now because this is where my alkyne is. So since I have an alkyne, this was probably the step where I added the alkynide ion. So that was step 1. Step 2 was reprotonating it. And then I had to add it to some sort of alkyl halide. And now I've got the correct number of carbons. And so at this point, it's just trying to sort out how do I get that bromine in that location from the starting material. And so I think it is just a consideration of, well, I must have had some double bond here where I did anti-Markovnikov hydrohalogenation. That would get me my HBr. How did I get a double bond there? Most likely I eliminated another halogen with potassium tertiary butoxide. And then how did I get this bromine here? In order to do that elimination, I must have had a double bond in that location. So I had to do anti-Markovnikov hydrohalogenation again, or for the first time, depending on which direction you're thinking about it. And then how did I get this one? Well, this was looks like I'm doing a series of eliminations. And this one would be any sort of base. So we could use methoxide. We want to use a small base because we want the Hoffman product in this case. Excuse me. We want the Zaitsev product in this case. We want the more substituted alkene. And then I can get to this product with radical bromination. And so that's a lot of steps, but we got radical bromination. That's from the radical chapter. Then we have Zaitsev elimination. That's from substitution and elimination chapter. We have anti-Markovnikov hydrohalogenation. Then we also have a Hoffman elimination. Then we have another anti-Markovnikov hydrohalogenation. Those two are from the addition reactions to alkenes. So that was step 5. Step 6 involved alkylation from the alkane chapter. Excuse me, from the alkyne chapter. And then also from the alkyne chapter, ozonolysis. So 9 steps to complete the reaction. Lots of different chapters. Looks like there were 4 different chapters represented in this synthesis problem. And so I hope it illustrates that with the mastery of all of these reactions, then these synthesis problems become an exercise in thinking backwards and using the clues that you're given in order to solve the problem.